Today we will see Maxwell reciprocal theorem. Okay. This is actually, suppose on any structure, let us take a simply supported beam. If you apply some load, P load, because of this P load, let us assume this is the displacement field. Okay. Then let us assume this P load is acting at point A. At point, let us assume this is point A, this is point B. Let us assume this point, P load is acting at point C. Okay. And measure the displacement at D. Suppose this is the displacement is delta at D. Okay. According to Maxwell reciprocal theorem, suppose if you interchange the load position to D, that is instead of placing the load at C, just to place the load at D. You are placing the load at D point and measure the displacement at C point. Then exactly the displacement will be delta. That means in system 1, load is applying at C and displacement we are measuring at D. In system 2, if you shift the load from C to D, then obviously the displacement at C will be delta. The load is shifting to D and you are measuring the displacement at C, then exactly the displacement will be delta. So this is the Maxwell reciprocal theorem actually. In system 1 and system 2, if you see the load position, if you interchange, okay, then obviously the displacement will be same as previous one. But at a load location. Okay, that means in system 1, let us assume this is system 1 and this is system 2. In system 1, the load position is at C and displacement at D is delta. If in system 2, the load, the same load is applied at D, then the displacement at C would be delta. So this is the reciprocal theorem. Okay, Maxwell reciprocal theorem. Based on this only, K12 equal to K21 or Kij equal to instead of K, actually delta we can use. Delta Ij equal to delta Ji. That means if you apply unit load at J, the displacement at I is delta. Then if you interchange the load under displacement locations, then also that would be same. So this is the Maxwell reciprocal theorem. I will show you an example. I will prove in the example manner. Okay. Well, by taking one example, I will explain you. This is the simply supported beam, and I will place a point load P at center. L by 2, L by 2. Let us assume this is the displacement field. Okay. Let us find displacement theta here. So you know how to find displacement. The easiest method is moment area theorem 1, right? According to moment area theorem 1, Bennett diagram or curvature diagram you can draw easily. Okay, the central height is PL by 4. Dividing with EI, you get curvature diagram. So the area between these two, this area is L by 2 width. So theta you can find easily because center theta is 0 at this left hand theta. If you want to find theta equal to half into L by 2 into PL by 4EI, that equal to PL square by 16EI theta. Okay. Similarly, suppose if you know this result, if load is applied at center, then the theta is PL square by 16EI. If you know this, then immediately you can conclude from this. See, suppose same simply supported beam I will take. Same simply supported beam I will take. Okay. Now, if I apply a couple M, okay, couple M or couple P, the couple is P, okay, because the theta is related with the couple. Then if you see that displacement field is something like this, or something like this, okay. Then if you measure the what is the displacement at center delta, that means the location is like this. Delta equal to question mark. Okay. If you know this reciprocal theorem, directly you can say delta equal to PL square by 16EI. Because P is applied at center, then rotation at end is theta, that you know PL square by 16EI. Now just in place of theta, how you will get theta means if you apply a couple P, okay, theta is related to couple actually. If you apply couple at this end, then central load, in place of load, see that deflection, okay, the delta exactly it will be equal to PL square by 16A. You can prove if you want, okay. So here reactions are like this. So P couple, because of P couple, the anti-clockwise P by L reactions will develop like this. P by L, then curvature diagram is like this. for this curvature diagram is, so conjugate beam method we will use here. Conjugate beam method. See P, of course P by A. This is the curvature. Curvature becomes loading for conjugate beam. So simply supported beam, conjugate beam also simply supported beam. Okay. Now for these reactions are, because of span L, this one, span L. So AB, RA, RB now. So RB I will find, that is RB into L equal to half into L into P by EI into L by 3. RB equal to LL cancel here, PL by 6EI. This reaction is PL by 6EI. Of course, here you can get PL by 3A. So delta equal to bending moment at the center of the beam, this conjugate beam. This is conjugate beam. Deflection, if you want to find in vertical beam, then in conjugate beam you need to find bending moment. That is from right side, PL by 6EI into L by 2 minus half into L by 2 into central, this one height will be P by 2 EI into 1/3 of L by 2, which is equal to PL square by 12 EI minus PL square by 4, 8, 24, 48 EI. That equal to 1 by 12 minus 1 by 48. 48 is LCM. 4 minus 1, 3. 3 by 48, 16. So PL square by 16 EI. So if you know this reciprocal theorem, without solving all these things, just if you want to find a deflection at center because of this couple P, then interchange, in place of couple P, take theta, and in place of delta, just put a point at P and think of it. What is theta? Theta, you know, it is a standard result, PL square by 16A, slope for central point load. So just shifting that by using this reciprocal theorem, in place of theta, by putting a couple P, and in place of this one P, just measuring this delta, easily you can find PL square by 16A, this one result. Okay. One simple example I will explain you again, one more. Suppose this is the cantilever beam. A point load is there here at the center. P point load. Let us find displacement at the end. L by 2, L by 2. Suppose this is delta. So you can find delta by using moment area theorem. It is like this. Here L by 2, here PL by 2. EA means curvature diagram, and here to here distance we need to find. That is, this is 2/3 of L by 2, and this is L by 2, L by 2. Okay. Now delta equal to area half into L by T into PL by 2EI multiplied by central distance is L by 2 plus 2 cancel L by 3. That equal to P L square by 8 EI into L by 2 plus L by 3, 5 L by 6. That is 5 PL cube by 48 EI. This is the result. Okay. Now, suppose similar beam is there like this. cantilever. If I apply a point load P here and on this deflection curve, if I measure this delta here, so what would be the delta? According to reciprocal theorem, it must be 5 PL cube by 48 A. Okay, it must be. So you can check it. Delta. That is curvature diagram is need to find here. Values are like this. Total here it is this is PL by 2 EI curvature diagram. This also PL by 2A. Total is PL by EA. Okay, this is L by 2, and the area covered should be like this. This is the area. This is one region, and other region is another region. Okay, for this we need to measure distance from here. This is the centroid from here to here. For this other thing, this is the centroid from here to here. Okay, the distances. So finally, delta, we find delta equal to L by 2 into PL by 2A rectangle into centroid distance is L by 4 plus triangle half into L by 2 into PL by 2EA. Central distance is 2/3 of L by 2, which is equal to PL cube by 8EA plus 2 to cancel here. P.
Sir, 16 years.
Is that 16? Okay, first one, huh? Okay. 16A plus PL cube by here 8 to 1648, right? 48 that equal to, so LCM is 48.
24, sir, that one.
What is 24? Yeah, 24. Not so 24A. So LCM is 48. So 3 plus 2 5. 5 by 48. PL cube by A. So same. So just by shifting, see, let us assume this is point C and this is D. So just in place of D, I mean, where in system 1, wherever you are measuring this delta, there you are putting P here at D. And wherever we are placing load at in first system, in second system you are measuring delta. So CD, just that load and displacements are interchanged. The displacement can be either deflection or slope, not a problem. So displacement may be either deflection or slope. Load may be either point load or moment. Okay, so so in previous problem also we have seen that in previous problem the displacement we have taken as slope. That's why in place of slope we need to put a couple. In place, in under the point load we need to measure a deflection. Okay, similarly here under point load we are measuring deflection. Under deflection we are putting point load. Okay, just interchangeably we can use this. I'll ask you one question. Suppose in cantilever of span something, if I put a tip point load, tip point load P, then deflection somewhere here at, suppose this is 3 meters. Let us assume 10 mm. Can you tell if I apply a point load, same point load at here at 3 meters, what is the displacement at tip? This displacement how much? Delta. Can you guess how much?
10 mm.
10 mm only. Okay. So like this. Similarly, I'll ask you one more question. Suppose if I put a couple here, some 10 kilonewton meter couple here, I'll get somewhere here delta equal to 30 mm. Then on similar beam, if I apply here in place of delta, just if I apply 10 kilonewtons load, okay, then at this location, slope is theta equal to how much? Slope. What would be the theta
30,
here? How much?
30 mm, sir.
30
Mm.
mm or radians?
30 radians, sir.
30 radians.
30 radians. Okay. Actually, not 30 radians. It's wrong. Why? Why it is wrong? 0.03 radians. 30 mm is nothing but 0.03 meters. Okay. So that unit is in kilonewton meter. Obviously, the delta must be taken in 0.03. I mean, in meters only. The delta should be taken in meters only. Then here, theta you will get the same magnitude, that is 0.03 radians. Theta. Okay. You should be careful about these units. Okay. Because moment will be always in kilonewton meter. Obviously, the displacement should be also in meter unit, not in mm unit. Okay. If it is in mm, you need to convert it into meters. Then it will be okay.
Sir?
No, check man.
Sir, conversion ella, sir? One.
Let us take a overhanging beam. Ten kilonewtons. So find find rotation at B in radians. Okay, rotation at B in radians. So of course you can find directly. Otherwise, if you feel comfortable, then you can go for another way also. That is the rotation at B. Obviously, it will be. Let us assume that rotation is something theta. Suppose this is the deflection curve. Okay. Here this is theta. Suppose the displacement is theta. Now we need to find theta. Instead of finding theta, you can go for another way. That is on the same beam. If you apply a couple here, 10 kilonewton meter couple here, then identify the displacement and find delta here. Find delta. Okay. Finding delta may be simple because if you see that curvature diagram, what is the curvature diagram? Sorry, it is a, of course, it is an indeterminate structure, right? It is statically indeterminate structure. Okay. statically indeterminate structure. So here moment is applied means if you apply a couple here, you know the far end, I mean carryover will be how much here? Carryover 5 kilonewton meter, because it is a propped cantilever, right? Propped cantilever overhang, of course. So if you apply 10 kilonewton here, 10 kilonewton meter couple here, then obviously 5 kilonewton meter goes here, and obviously because of this 4 meters, anti-clockwise couple will develop like this. Okay, 15 by 4, that is 3.75 kilonewtons. Reactions will be like this. And finally, the bending moment diagram or curvature diagrams also you can draw. The curvature diagram will be like this. Curvature diagram or bending moment diagram. So starts with 5 positive. Then here moment is 3.75 into 4, how much? 15. So it goes to -10 like this. This is the bending moment diagram, and it goes up suddenly because of this clockwise couple like this. This is the curvature bending moment diagram. Dividing with EI, you get curvature diagram. Positive, negative. Here obviously it is 1:2 ratio, 5 and 10. So obviously it is 1/3 of 4, 2/3 of 4. That is 4/3 distance. This is 8/3 distance. This is the curvature diagram. You can find delta easily. So delta equal to now, you know, delta half into 4/3 into 5/EI into this is 2 meters. 4/3, I mean central distance 2 plus 8/3 plus 2/3 of 4/3 minus this area half into 8/3 into 10/A into 2 plus what is that? 1/3 of 8/3. How much is this? Check it in calculator. Is 20/6 into 2 plus 8/3 plus
minus 20.
8/9 minus 80/6 into 2 plus 8/9 minus 20 by A. Okay. So minus 20. Why minus 20? Negative quantity is more means what? Delta. You apply couple here, delta minus 20 are getting. Is there anything wrong? So minus indicates downward. So obviously the delta is this much means theta also. Now theta equal to in this system theta equal to of course 20 by EA. Okay. So like this indirectly also you can solve the problem. Okay. I'll explain you one more problem. Simple determinate structure. Suppose 4 meter, 2 meter, 10 kilonewtons, AB. Let us assume this is the deflection curve and theta here we need to find theta. Find theta. Okay. For this same structure, you apply a couple 10 kilonewton meter here. Okay. 4 meters and find a deflection at that location. Delta. So to find this, reactions are 10 means 10 by 4, 2.5, 2.5. Then which method is suitable to find delta here in this? Can you guess to finding delta?
Conjugate.
Conjugate beam method. Okay, we'll go for conjugate beam method. So conjugate beam is like this. First of all, curvature diagram we'll see. Curvature is 2.5 means negative. Negative means upward load will take. So this is the negative. That means upward load will take for that. Here 10 by A. Okay. Then support conditions are like this. This one is fixed end hinge only. Okay. Here it becomes internal support becomes internal hinge. Then delta is nothing but bending moment, right? For this bending moment at a free end. So to find delta, this is 4 meters, this is 2 meters. At hinge bending moment is 0. So obviously this one reaction we can find R reaction. Okay. RA. Let us assume it is RA. So RA into 4. Of course, RA will be in downward direction. Okay, RA into 4 clockwise equal to half into 4 into 10 by A. So RA equal to 4 and 4 gets cancelled. 10 by 2 means 5 by A is the RA. So let us assume it is point C.
Sir, centroid distance is equal.
Okay, into 1/3 of 4. So this 4 and 4 gets cancelled. So what is this? 40 by 6, right? 40 by 6 means 20 by 3. Yeah? 20 by 3. So M at C in conjugate beam. M at C equal to, bending moment at C equal to 20 by 3 into 6 anti-clockwise. Let us take negative plus half into 4 into 10 by A into 2 plus 1/3 of 4 equal to minus 120 by 3 plus 20 into 2 plus 4 by 3. It is
80 by 3. So
80 by 3. Bending moment. That means delta is 80 by 3A. That means indirectly this theta will be equal to same 80 by 3A. Okay, like this. So like this indirectly also you can find, okay, by using Maxwell reciprocal theorem you can find it. So if directly if you want you can find that theta. Of course same by using conjugate beam method also. Of course the same by using same conjugate beam method we can go for theta directly. You can go for theta. Just to cross check whether it is same or not. Okay. So for this actually curvature diagram would be like this. For this curvature diagram is 10 if you apply, otherwise as it is if you take 10 kilonewtons, so 10 here it will be moment taking moments about A, 10 into 6 equal to RB into 4, 60 by 4, 15, right? 15, sorry, clockwise means anti-clockwise, sorry. 15 and 15, not 15, that is
RA 5, sir.
RA 5, downward 5, right? 5 kilonewtons, 15 kilonewtons. So curvature diagram is now 5 into 4, 20, 20, and here it is like this. I mean minus 20 actually. So the Benham diagram is like this, negative of course. So because of negative, we'll take load up. Here it is 20 by 8. Reactions are like this. Sorry. Here it is fixed end. Here same end. Here it is hinge. Okay. Now this is 4 meters, 2 meters. So taking here RA into 4 equal to half into 4 into 20 by 8 into 1/3 of 4. So 4 gets cancelled. RA equal to how much?
40 by 3, sir.
40 by 2, 40 by 3A. Now slope at, I mean theta, to find theta, shear force we need to find. Shear force at B. This is B location. So shear force at B equal to see downward is 40 by 3EI, upward is minus half into 4 into 20 by EA, which equal to 40 by 3EI minus 40 by EA equal to how much? So 3
80 by A, sir.
80 by A.
80 by 3A.
80 by 3A minus of course minus not a problem for us. Sign convention we can adjust, not a problem. So theta is actually now 80 by 3A. So like this, directly also you can find, or by just interchanging also you can find. Okay, if you interchange, in place of B, if you put a you need to find theta, so you need to put a couple here. So in place of load you can find delta now. Okay, so you can see the I mean same amount, same magnitude, okay, in both cases. So you need to understand this Maxwell reciprocal theorem very well. Okay, then similar to this, our generalization of this Maxwell reciprocal theorem is Betti's theorem. Okay, Betti's theorem. Betti's theorem is similar to this, but small changes there here. Suppose in system 1, system 2, suppose this is system 1. In system 1, suppose you have 2 loads like this, P and Q loads, okay, and displacement is like this. And displacements at different locations we are finding here like this. Delta at M, let us assume this is delta at N, and here delta at N, MNO, okay, delta at O. That means I'll take another system. Let us assume here the loads loads here. I'll keep some. I mean, actually, these are locations, and loads I'll put some other magnitudes. Let's assume these are locations at P, M, N, O, P, Q. Load I will keep here F1 force or F at force at P, force at Q. I will keep like this. And here force at M, here force at N, here force at O. I'll put, okay. Then force or load, whatever. Displacement for this, let us assume, is like this. Okay. Then here, let us assume displacement under P is delta P under Q, let us assume it is delta Q. So if you apply on same system, I mean this is system 1 and system 2, okay, like this, according to Betti's theorem, force at P multiplied by delta P plus force at Q multiplied by delta Q must be equal to force at M into delta M plus force at N, because these are M location, N location, this is P location, this is Q location, this is O location, okay. Force at N multiplied by delta N plus force at O multiplied by delta O. This is the Maxwell reciprocal theorem. Okay, so 50 kilonewtons is there like this. 10 and 23 are displacement corresponding to, I mean, for 50 kilonewtons. Then, if 30 and 20 are located like this, then delta at under 50 kilonewtons is like this. Okay, finally you will get 15.2 mm. Now I'll ask you one question. Tell me. (10 kilonewtons, 30 kilonewtons) in another system. (20 kilonewton meter). Okay. Now displacement for this, let us assume here 20 mm, here 45 mm. Then displacement field for first one is like this, let us assume. Something like this, okay. Then find theta here at this location, okay. Theta we need to find there. Okay. So according to Maxwell reciprocal theorem, 10 into 0.02, because rotations are involving here, be careful, the units must be in, it must be in unique, okay. That means kilonewton meter, if you are taking in moment, then the displacement also must be in meters, okay. So 10 into 0.02 plus 30 into 0.045 must be equal to 45 must be equal to 20 into theta. 20 into theta, okay. So that is 10 into 0.02, that means 0.2 plus 45 into 3 is 135, right? 135, right? Point or 1.35? 1.35. 1.35 equal to 20 theta. Theta equal to 1.55 by 20, which is equal to
0.0775.
0.0775. .0775 radians. If you want to find in degrees, 0.0775 into 180 by pi, 4.44 degrees. Okay, like this you can find this one. Okay, So like that, one more problem I will explain you. Ten kilonewtons, 20 kilonewton meter. Let us assume displacement is like this. Like this. So similar kind of structure is so one moment is applied here 40 kilonewton meter and displacement field is like this. Okay, and here the deflection here is 10 mm. Here tangent if you draw with respect to horizontal, theta equal to suppose here 0.01 radians. Then find theta here. Theta equal to how much? Okay, that's the question. So directly you can use Maxwell reciprocal theorem, that is 10 multiplied by 10 mm means 0.01 plus 20 multiplied by corresponding rotation is 0.01. Okay, equal to 40 multiplied by theta. So 0.10 into 0.01 is 0.1 plus 20 into 0.1 is 0.2. 0.2. Okay, equal to 40 theta. So theta equal to 0.3 by 40. 0.0
0075.
00 na?
Yes, sir.
Okay. 0075 radians. So like this you can apply Betti's theorem. Okay, this is Betti's theorem.